Yo, what's up? I'm on my main account. I'm gonna do a few summons, mostly for the shimmer ones. I'm not gonna spend my crystals on gold records anymore. As for Pindar, I don't think I'm gonna summon for him because he's mostly just for PvP. Maybe just R0, but I'm not gonna go for his R6 on my main account because I don't have enough Wishstones. I only have like 600. So yeah, I have 220 summons for Maria. I think I'm just gonna go for her R0. But her R2 is actually pretty massive as well. You start off with the Rain's Kiss. Again, she's mostly going to be for PvP. But I think, I don't know, if there is some bug with her, then she might work. I'm going to try her out. There's one thing that I want to try her out in PvE. I want to see if it works or not. I have 87 to PT. I can get 2 copies of her guaranteed. I'm also going to be summoning on my Guildmate's account. He has, I think, 400 gold records. And also the shimmer pack, that when you get to like 700 something, you get an unknown legendary shimmer. So it's guaranteed to get Maria. Bro, look at this luck, man. No way, bro. Like, this is the summon in DISLYTE, by the way. Oh man, you just skip all of the animations because the animation really literally does not matter. Alright, come on. Nice. We had to hit PT. Wow, amazing. Amazing summon session. Come on, at least give me like a double or something. Just one. This is also PT, by the way. Come on, man. Yeah, 97. I don't know if I want to. I think I will stop right here for my main account because I only have about 130 summons left, which is not a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna get her dividend now, at least like D1. D3 is definitely gonna be very good because now her healing is up to like, look at this, bro. This is the summons in DISLYTE, man. It's so boring, man, summoning in DISLYTE. Alright, there we go. 1 copy? Yeah, 1 copy. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop at D1 because you don't really need like a lot of stats on her. She's not gonna be the main damage dealer. She is a healer though. She is a max HP scaling healer. So if you want to add more HP to her, similar to like Lian, right? But my Lian is also like D1, I think. She's been D1 for like a very long time and she works just fine. But the thing with PvP is, even if your support isn't at D6, then it's gonna be tough for you to compete in PvP because you need all of the stats. That's why I don't really like PvP in this game, especially because like every single team is tank teams, and if your support isn't like D6 or something, then they're just gonna die. Alright, the first thing I want to test is gonna be in Shadowfire. Now, this is a boss, but if you look at her second skill, Hypothermia, or the Hypothermia effect, ineffective on bosses, right? But in Shadowfire, you will have ads spawn during the before the multiplier phase. So I want to see if those ads are able to be inflicted with hypothermia or not. Because if they can be inflicted with hypothermia, then you can do some crazy stuff. Because you can use a full team of AoE Espers, and then when they do an AoE attack, they can inflict freeze on those ads, right? You never know with DISLYTE. Like every single patch so far has been like at least one or two major bug. Alright, we're on the multiplier phase. Let's see, can they be inflicted with that hypothermia debuff? They can! Oh my god, I called it. Look! My Una says snow cloak buff. Look at this! And now my... Oh, he didn't get the snow cloak buff. So... Oh my god, she's gonna break Shadowfire, bro. Look at this! My Una says slow cloak buff. They cannot do anything right, bro. This is... It took me like literally like 10 seconds. So now you can run this team in Shadowfire and just completely break the score. I'm gonna log into my Guildmate's account and run this team, but maybe not with Mingsho. You do need like probably a AoE DPS, or maybe not, because if you run a single target DPS, then your Meta Era can get the Snowcloak buff, right? If she can cast the S3 and then get the chance to freeze the enemy, then your supports are just going to move like a bunch of times, because Unas can get the Snowcloak buff, as you can see right here. He has 2 stacks already from doing 1 AoE attack, and then your Lu Sheng should not be able to get the Snowcloak buff, and then your Meta Era should be able to get it because she's gonna spam her S3. Oh my goodness. So that's one boss. I told you there's gonna be a bug that makes the hypothermia debuff works on almost, right? The ads are not a boss, but still, this is a boss in content. If I go to Ritual Miracle and try it out in Chronos, Apep, Fafnir, or Yinglong especially, where there's 4 ads in the boss stage, am I gonna get the same results? Alright, I'm on my Guildmate's account. Let's go back to summoning. This time I'm gonna do some Go Record summons, and he also has this badge right here, Echo badge. Okay. We didn't get anything. That was probably just a dupe. And we should be able to get like up to 700. Yeah. That should be enough. Maybe I need to spend a little bit of crystals. And that 700 is going to be Maria, unless we get her from like random summons. Like most people will not be spending their crystals on Go Records anymore, so there's no thrill of summoning because Go Records is the only one that they both are 6. Because Go Records is the only one that isn't like guaranteed that you're gonna get something, so it's a little bit more exciting. You don't know what you're gonna get, right? Whereas like Shimmer pools, it is so boring, man. Shimmer pools, Divinate pools, Umbra pools, Elemental pools is kind of nice as well, because you don't know what you're gonna get. Those other pools that I just mentioned are just so boring, man. We got another legendary. Hopefully it's Pindar. He does have like 2000 Wishstones, so I think I might be able to go for his R6. His R6 Pindar is definitely going to be meta for PvP for a very long time. He's gonna be the same as like Chuyao, but slightly weaker, because Chuyao doesn't matter whether he dies or not, right? He just needs to be linked with the highest attack unit in the match, and then whatever he does next does not matter. Whereas Pindar, he needs to be linked with that unit, and these 2 units, him and the linked unit, cannot die. Even if one of them dies, then Pindar's effect is going to be completely useless. And I showed you in my last couple of videos where if the unit that you are linked with Pindar dies, the link will not transfer over to the next unit. Okay, we got Fatima Divinate. So when Pindar does his S3, it is completely useless, because his S3 will only affect the unit that he is linked with, right? I think he gives like several buffs for fighter, defender, support, and controller. They each get like different buffs, and they also get like immunity and stuff. So if the unit that he is linked with dies, then his S3 does completely shit. Oh my god, I'm getting really lucky with the Go Records right now. If you have Lushang in the team, he's gonna have 0 turns on his S3. He's gonna be spamming his S3 doing absolutely nothing. Again, this is only when the unit that he's paired up with dies, right? So you want to pair him up with like units that have really high survivability, like Momo. I don't know if Suizai is gonna be that good with him, especially with the fighter buff that he gives. Suizai is only multi-hit on his S1, whereas his S3 is a single hit. It's an AoE single hit, so it's not gonna work. Ooh! There we go. Maybe we got Maria right here. Maria is good. Zihi is good for this account. Zihi is our Moroyama and Cecilia. Moroyama is already R6. I guess we'll go for Cecilia. Oh man. But yeah, as I was saying, you want him to be linked with like really high survivability unit, right? Moroyama, I don't know if that's gonna work that well. It might work if you're going up against a slow tanky team like a Wuyu team. Then you might be able to run him with Moroyama, because you need to run that unit in the leader spot. That's the most annoying thing. If that unit doesn't have a leader skill, then you are forced to run that unit in the leader spot, which is very annoying. But he kind of offsets that, because his passive, his second skill, does give you like, oh my god, okay, this is a Divinate. His passive second skill does give like 30% max HP to all of your allies, which is very good. So even if he's not doing anything with his S3, if the linked ally dies, this is also going to be useless because he's already at D6. Oh my god, look at this! I'm getting really lucky with the gold records. I think we've gotten like over 100 Wishstones at this point. But yeah, even if he's not doing anything with his S3, this is also a R6. Then his passive alone is going to be good for the team, right? His passive alone is going to be very good for, you know, any team, because that 30% max HP increase is going to be pretty much like a free leader skill that you can run. Another legendary. I don't think we've hit PT once first few summons we hit PT, and then the rest is just off PT. So come on, what's it gonna be? Pindar maybe? Ollie. Everything is already at R6, so it's kind of useless. It's just mostly for Wishstones. We got like over 200 Wishstones I think already in 300 something summons. Alright, let's see for the gold records. Let me see how far are we at the... I think I'm going to do some elementals as well, because he does have... okay, we are at 690 summons for this one. Let's do one more for that 700. He has 2 of this Echo Badge, by the way. I'm going to save the next Echo Badge for the next legendary Shimmer, because this one is guaranteed to be a Maria. Boom. Because it's an unowned legendary Shimmer, and this is the only legendary Shimmer that he doesn't have. We're going to do some elemental summons because he does have like a few of this. Maybe we can get Pindar from here. I'm going to do one for this one because the Inferno Records is kind of useless. And then I'm going to go this one. Okay, nice. We proc the legendary on the wind typing. Maybe it's going to be Pindar. Who knows? Come on, maybe a double, a single. I'm just gonna skip it. It's a tricky. Alright, back to this one. This one is gonna be... Alright, I'm just gonna do a few... Oh, no, this is not what I want though. Because he already has like all of the important legendaries at R6. Oh my god. A double. Yo, this account luck is insane. Give me Zohong. Okay, Fushi. Embla, Fushi, and the same multi back to back as well. Interesting. Come on. Don't give me legendary on this one. I want to reduce the PT to at least like 50 before I go into the wind typing elemental. Alright, that should be around 50, I think. Let me see. 52, alright. I think I'm going to stop at this next legendary. For this account, I don't know if I want to go ham on the Shimmer Records on Maria just yet, because I don't know if she's going to be like insanely good for PvP. There is a few teams that I can think of that might not work for her, especially for like Jinchu, because she has a lot of shields. Whenever she heals, she also provides shield, right? And also Yuhime can also maybe counter her because she can gain AP every single turn. We got Mateo, and that's gonna trigger Yuhime, right? Alright, that's it for the summons. For now, I'm gonna try her out in Shadowfire, and with a single target DPS this time around. Yukine needs to be R2, because if you're not R2 on her, then you need to inflict the freeze in order to get the buff. But if you have Yukine at R2, you only need to attempt to freeze the enemies, right? And we already saw just now, the Hypothermia debuff is able to be inflicted upon the ads that spawns in Shadowfire. I told you this debuff is going to work for bossing contents. Like, the ads in Shadowfire is not considered as a boss, but it should. Like, come on now. You're literally just gonna let Yukine break the game once again. It's so easy to just make this debuff not work on bossing contents, not just bosses. But they just can't think. Alright, let's try this team. We're gonna be running 2 AoE units, being Meta Era and Shuan, and also her. So if she can cast her S2, which is an AoE attack, then she can inflict freeze on the enemies and also get the Snow Cloak buff, right? Alright, we're gonna do 1 Blitz because I think this team might be able to perma cycle forever. Alright, we already see like the game is taking forever to load. Alright, the score is not that high. 300 million. Let's do 10 Blitz. Because this team, like, we have like a petrified unit, right? And we're also not gonna be running Unas. I'll try to remove Shuan over Unas. See how that works. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 70 million. Okay, this team, while the debuff does work for the ads, it's not a high scoring team, so that's good to know. But it's still a bug though. You probably have to run like an AoE DPS for this to score really high. Okay, that's a 200 million. If I get like lucky, right? Because it does depend on whether you can get the Snow Cloak buff on your Meta Era or not. Alright, let's try Unas over Shuan. Maybe this can work slightly better, because I can get the perma cycle with this team probably easier, right? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 92 million. Let's do like 3 Blitz, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna try her out in Yinglong as well and see if the hypothermia debuff works on the ads. Although even if it works on the ads, it's not gonna be that good because the Snow Cloak buff, even if it works on Ritual Miracle, it's not gonna be that game breaking because you need to take like 6 turns, right? And 6 turns is already long enough for you to kill off any of the Ritual Miracle bosses. So for Shadowfire, it does work, especially on the ads. It's not gonna work on the bosses. Let's take a look at Ritual Miracle, whether this is going to work for the ads or not. Alright, let's take a look at Yinglong, whether the ads can take the hypothermia debuff or not. If you can, again, like I said, it's not going to be that game breaking. Okay, this one, the first 2 waves you can. Oh, hold on. If you can get the Snow Cloak buff in the first couple of waves, then that might change it. So we're going to go in and bring Yukine because I want to see if I can retain the Snow Cloak buff throughout the fight, right? If I can get it on wave 1, right here, my Feng Shun got 3 stacks and it got removed. So the Snow Cloak buff does not transfer over to the next wave. So it's not going to be that game breaking. Let me see if the ads in the boss stage can get the hypothermia debuff or not. The boss is going to get a turn. Wait, what? They can, right? That is not the debuff. Okay, so you can. Alright. So far it only works for Shadowfire ads. So yeah, that's about it. This one is just going to be mostly just summoning sessions. I'm going to test her out in PvP next. And then probably in my Guildmate's account, I'm going to be summoning for Pindar and trying him out in PvP as well. Because I think it's going to be absolutely broken for the Yukine team as well. And yeah, that's about it, ciao.